Alright, what is up, everybody? TheDoubleZTV is one of his man, TheDoubleZTV man, whatever. First time recording in this new little setup, if you guys have seen on my variety channel a while back, but we organized the room, so that's why the background is going to look different from now on when I'm recording on this computer. But for those who don't know, it's been about 6 years since the Smarkbusters did the Smarktober series. They made a video on myself and plenty of others that I know of. And on my original channel that they're going to feature in this video, is a channel, of course, I don't have anymore, because that channel got terminated back in 2020. But I have not watched this video since I made my initial response video, so since that video is gone, I figured, you know what, why not look over this one again and give responses again, because I know there have been people who asked, do you have the original response video? No, I do not. I cannot recover it, so kind of a revisiting here today. So I'm going to cover this. This is episode 5 of their Smarktober series. If you guys want to watch this video, I'm going to do my best to remember to put the link to the video in the description. If you want to watch this without commentary, stuff like that. I know they said they don't have access to the channel anymore, but you know what? Still could show them some love if you guys wish to do so. So without further ado, with a weird beginning to the video of the bear saying, "I fucking love cocaine." Crazy way to start. Alright, let's revisit the Smarktober video 6 years later.
Oh yes. Hashtag tweet along with Spaz.
You guys are monsters.
You're horrible people. It's time for another. See, I'm not doing the cornball intro. It's gonna attack channels. We don't want to take up your time with unfunny, worthless intros that get nothing out. Yo, man.
But then I get Dailymotion suddenly showing me an ad. Great way to start.
It's your boy Heel. Yo, send me money. Oh yes, Smarktober. Yeah, Smarktober has been extended because
You're on Dailymotion.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention. We are exiled to Dailymotion because this bet's too hardcore for the YouTubes.
Yeah, I remember that whole debacle because Reddy did the whole debate with Bass Phoenix on Jerry's channel because the first video got flagged, so they backed everything up on here, and Spaz was denying the flag in Smarktober video, which I honestly don't believe Spaz when he says he did not do it, because he's the only one that would have motivation to see that video get taken down. A point that went over Spaz's head the whole time when they were doing that debate, but kind of a shame. I think there's a channel that actually has these videos backed up here on YouTube called Michael Network. I believe he's got all these episodes backed up, so there's another source of which you guys can watch the videos if you want to watch it on this same platform.
Anyway, who's today's Smarktober, you ask? I'll tell you. It's TheDoubleZTV.
A name pronunciation that is still stuck to this day. Because I think whenever I'm in the live chats of the Smarkbusters live streams, they still make reference because they still remember this. And I know this is blurry, I'll unpause in just a moment, but this was...
Channel, as you can see, he's got all of his,
Yeah, this was back how I did the channel banners back in the day, where back when I did the unboxings, as you saw on the side, like the logos for the unboxings that I did, gameplay, and then my TheDoubleZTV logo that hopefully they'll show on the side for when I review wrestling and everything, so branding purposes.
you can very easily tell he's a wrestling channel. He's got a slam crate and a pro wrestling loop. Oh god. That's a bad sign right there. Oh my.
Oh, come on. There's been worse. There's been worse. I mean, it's at least shows what kind of content that a channel has. Because, like, not everybody's going to be able to see, immediately going to go to the videos. Not everybody's going to see the About section, but it's at least right there no matter which tab you go on, so at least it's something.
Let's see. I can't beat that number. Oh, about 2,000 subs, so not bad, right?
Yeah, 2,000 subs, because I think at this point this was November 2016, so this was about less than 4.5 years after I made the channel. I can't remember if this was when I was promoting my main channel through TheDoubleZTV or not. I can't remember because this was a while back.
He's got 2,000 subs. He's been here since...
Yeah, as you can see, the old channel information and everything. That WWE's number one enemy thing, I do remember this is going to get brought up, and I'll explain this as we go along.
2012, so he's doing something wrong.
Alright, I'll give you a pass on that one. Right, I'll give you a pass on that one.
What's he all about? Wrestling talk and video games. YouTubers since 2010, WWE's #1 enemy. Oh, look out. You know what that tells me? It's a little edgy. It's because it's a little edgy.
Again, I'll explain that whole #1 enemy because I do remember this gets brought up a little bit later. I'll give a whole explanation on that.
Tag whatever, so he's down for whatever. You know, again, this is so unoriginal. WWE's #1 enemy. If you want to reach him on any social media site below, feel free to do so.
No, he's saying he's their enemy, so that would make you think he hates WWE, but he clearly loves WWE. He's buying the Slim crate.
Of course, yeah. You can.
So you might think you're their enemy, but you're giving them money.
You know, the smart busters don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk, okay?
And it does show they did. I didn't even realize until I just looked at this back now that they actually did watch at least one of the videos because it says watch for the Pro Wrestling Crate 2016 unboxing video. Although some of my thumbnails could have been a little bit better, admittedly.
We don't claim to be WWE's enemy.
We fucking hate the WWE, so we don't support it. I haven't watched Raw on USA
No,
Network in a long time.
we split the bill on the network. We do share that.
We don't split the bill, actually. You pay for the whole thing.
I do. But that's the pay-per-views. The only reason we do that is so we can watch the pay-per-views without going on sites that give us viruses.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, yeah, it's the TheDoubleZTV. And he's got a BarkBox video that I think we should give a watch. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, I just remembered this because I remember they brought up the BarkBox stuff. I think they started with Heel Steven bringing up this. To this day, I think they actually do have a WWE related BarkBox, like with some toys for your dogs that are WWE related. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh shit, they predict the future. Psychic.
Okay, now, first of all, I keep forgetting to do this. We gotta examine the thumbnails here. Because these are clearly just shots of his video, right? And it's weird. What do you think about this? He's got 2,000 subscribers, but...
At least that's something that I can still, even if they're gonna... Okay, again with the ads, at least that's something I can still say is like when I do the gaming videos, every time I do a custom thumbnail, it's always from a screenshot from within the video. So there's none of that misleading stuff that you see other YouTubers do. So at least I'm honest about it.
These videos appear to be getting not double-digit views. That must be a glitch, right? It must be. I think it might be.
And again, I think that's something that everybody's still been wondering, and that's something I've been wondering myself too, because I even still have it even on this channel this day. I know one of the things that might, M-I-G-H-T, might, be is that, like, well, let me unblock, or do the video. If you can see there, even with the unboxing video, it says 193 views within 5 or 6 days, and then the other videos get less. I think from what I've heard, and like I've had some other people mention this in some past chats that I would do live streams on, only certain videos would actually get pushed through with like either recommendations or even the subscriptions. And at this point, the only videos that are actually getting pushed out were the unboxing videos. I've had at least some friends admit that not all my videos are getting pushed to them. And YouTube's admitted at some point, I know there was a video that I showed to Brothers of Destruction 22 a while back, that YouTube admitted, hey, we don't forward all videos to all subscribers. So they admitted they get kind of picky with that. But I do know the unboxing videos were pushed out more than anything else I uploaded. Like the wrestling matches, the gameplay, and all that stuff. Not everything's going to be a hit. Not everybody's going to watch everything.
No. But let's check out this wonderful unboxing. As you can see, it looks a little edgy to me. Got a bit of an edge. He's not afraid to tell like he sees it. That's what I think about this guy so far. Just my first impression.
Oh my god.
Welcome everybody.
Oh, can you please pause that? Please pause that.
Hold on, he's doing his rapid.
Before we start, I saw like a microsecond of this video.
This was it.
I'm going to turn, what's his name?
The TheDoubleZTV.
Double Z, if you stumble upon this video, I'm going to give you advice. If you ever want to escape your parents' house and get married, you need to change everything.
Well, at least let me clear that off. It's not my parents' house. I mean, I've been here. The only person I live with is my grandfather ever since my grandmother passed 3 years ago. Like, I moved out of my parents' house like 6 years before this video, so hopefully that clears that up. I don't live with my parents. Hopefully that's understood.
Like, the belt's gotta go.
You get a room tour also?
Well, even though with the belt, I know somebody has mentioned this even on Twitter saying drop the belts. The only time I have the belt is in the videos. And if I ever go to a wrestling show, but that's about it. I don't, like, for example, yeah, of course, the main belt. That never leaves this house unless I go to a wrestling show, which is like a few times a year. Otherwise, the only time I have that belt out really is pretty much during the videos, and that's it. I mean, it fits the theme, and of course I can't do the intro without it. You know? Just skip a little thing, kind of like a routine.
Like that room. Is that a picture of an anime girl?
Now, that I also remember clearing up at the beginning of the first video. That's actually, that poster that you see there, that's actually the poster that's now on my door. And that's not an anime girl. Like, all the posters that I actually have here in this room, they're all wrestling related. And that poster that you see there on the screen, that was actually a drawing from one of the unboxing videos. I can't remember which one or when. But somebody actually did fan artwork to represent the Mr. Perfect Bret Hart match for SummerSlam 91. So, like, kind of like caricatures there, and then a bit of a image that you see happening during the match, kind of there at the bottom with Mr. Perfect on the canvas and Bret Hart there. So, just to hopefully clarify, absolutely none of my posters here in the room are anime or anything. It's all wrestling, because you figure wrestling channel, you want stuff that's related to the subject you're talking about being in the background, production value, so that's what it all is.
In the top left corner? What the hell is that?
It's not a good sign.
Dude, this is not good. I'm just warning you right now. You are in the critical years of your life. You haven't started going bald yet, so I assume you're relatively young. You need...
Well, wasn't that young, 26, and my hair is still falling out to this day, but I think we're a little late on that.
Just start now. You can still escape. Before you fall into the trap.
He's not acne ridden. He's not really. He's not fat, so he's got a chance. He can...
Well, I had a bit of acne back in high school, and thankfully I've never been fat in my whole life, despite all the junk food I eat, but hey, that's positive. Yay, I got that going for me.
Escape this
You can
life.
escape. You're not ugly. You can escape.
Women say otherwise.
The choice is yours at this point.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, what determines if you end up like this is your temperament and personality. So let's see if he has one that's redeemable.
Welcome everybody, another big episode of TheDoubleZTV, where you guys know about here on my show, I'm the champ.
No! No! That's not even a plastic belt! He spent like $2,000 on the replica!
Alright, pause on that one. I also wanted to make sure that's cleared on. That video is actually only, that belt's only a couple $100, because I bought it on eBay, not a couple thousand. In fact, I think there are belts that are extremely expensive that WWE sells, but that's not one of them. So to clarify that, I only spent a couple $100, not a couple thousand. Alright, I'm not rich. Plain and simple.
Oh my god, you fucking retard!
That's the same intro as that big fat John guy, remember?
And again with these ads. This is why... Get rid of these ads. I don't care about Indeed. Ellen?
Everybody does the same thing. It's unbelievable.
These guys need to duke it out. We need an undisputed champion.
For real, there's too many champions.
Alright, leave that for Smarktober Fest. I believe that was the event they were going for. If it's me versus John or whoever, Smarktober Fest and to be a champion, I'll do it. Need to get my aggressions out.
It's running around like oh, shit, you know? We get one unified champion. Anyway, let's see what he has to say about his slam crate or whatever.
That's what I've been telling you guys since last month, because Pro Wrestling Tees, this time it is the revamped version that you see on the box by Pro Wrestling Tees. That is right, Pro Wrestling Tees bought them out. This is the first official break done under the Pro Wrestling Tees banner. They're revamping everything. I appreciate it.
I can't remember who even owned Pro Wrestling Tees before this. Yeah, a lot of things change over 6 years. I'm getting old.
I told you guys about this. Yeah, you people had it out.
Freaky told you.
Saw the comments from the last unboxing for these last month. But anyway, you guys may know by now, Pro Wrestling Grade, one of the monthly subscription services that I do on this channel.
Alright, I will admit I kind of always drew out those intros. I don't remember if they mentioned this, but I always tended to do that, just to let people know, hey, you can subscribe there. So I admit I go a little longer than. Plus, I don't even do unboxings anymore anyway, for more reasons than one.
You guys get wrestling items
He
here
does it as a service.
plans
He
now.
unboxes these baby toys as a service for all of you.
T-shirt, or if you guys want to take out the t-shirt, it will be a lower price. If you guys want to sign up for Pro Wrestling Grade, link is in the description to their website.
Why are you doing commercials for them?
Like, again, I just wanted to help out their business. Because, I mean, I think... Well, even with this one, I was not even paid to do anything for them, but it's just like, I just wanted to help them. You know?
Why are you doing the commercial for this company? You're not getting
He's
paid.
talking way too fast. Did he say he was going to sell the things that he's unboxing if you want them?
Really? That's not legal, I don't think.
Surprisingly, I've honestly never done that. I've never sold any of the items. I've never given them away. Like, all the autographs I've ever gotten, they're actually still in the I got that replica Money in the Bank briefcase just to hold all the autographs, but I've never actually sold anything that I've gotten from these crates ever. I mean, a lot of them I probably still don't have anymore. I'm not good with organization, you know?
What's wrong with you? This guy on cocaine? He's talking really fast. You should be an auctioneer. Save yourself.
And to also clarify that, I know that's something a lot of people say, talking fast. My theory on that, I think it may be associated with ADHD, because I was diagnosed with that, 17 years old? I think that might be a bit of a symptom of it. I'm not 100% certain. Not easy to talk slow when you're used to going like boom, 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 boom all the time. I know people probably hear it within the podcast, but it's kind of a bad habit of myself. It just comes naturally. Even if I'm not having caffeine, it just happens. And plus, an auctioneer would be kind of a weird thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. I'd probably script anyway.
This is going to be hopefully a big one. And also, when we get to the WWE Slam Crate one coming up, I will give you guys a gigantic announcement.
So
during
he
that
subscribes
unboxing,
to the actual BarkBox and also the knockoff one. So he's got 2 BarkBoxes he gets every month.
You're losing money if you don't. You know.
Well, it was more than one. The only issue I especially had with the unboxings were 2 things. One, it became the only content people wanted to see, so I had to stock up on doing just about every one of them. And 2, some of them became more expensive than others. Like WrestleCrate UK and Squared Circle Box, those are pretty expensive to get from across the country and everything. So the ones here in the US were a lot cheaper to do. Like Pro Wrestling Blue was like, what, $20? And I think a little more than that for everything else. But it's like I had to pay hand over fist to get all this stuff going on every month. And it's like nowadays I can't do that. Like it's become too much of a financial burden. So, and I know people like to see, but it was just like it started to get frustrating for me as time went on, where this was like the only content people wanted to see, to the point where I honestly got burned out after a while. That's why you've hardly seen any unboxing on this channel since I had to start over. But it's just like this was just a case of me having to do something to please the audience, even though it was starting to wear on me after a while.
October 2016.
This guy looks crazy.
Yeah, he really looks a bit neurotic, as they say. A bit mysterious.
Of course, I forgot to take off the tape on the bottom, but
Oh yeah, this part, because they remember the poster they had with... Are they going to play this part with heel Steven again? Yeah, they are. I had to mute it a little bit, just to be careful with copyright. I had a feeling that was going to be brought up.
got spoilers on the back side, so I'm not going to check it just yet.
He doesn't want to spoil it for
So
you.
exciting.
Because his audience is on the edge of their seat, waiting with bated breath.
Well, again, like, it was just a case of me not wanting to spoil the items ahead of time, because it's like, unboxings, you don't really know what's in them yet, unless people saw other videos, but it's just like, I just want to keep anonymity going.
To see what came in his bark box. All the paw-picked treats he's got in there.
It's saying, content menu saying, spoiler on the other side of this card contains tags. So
Who cares? Show us what's in the box and end the video.
Got a little wristband here saying support pro wrestling. Oh, yeah, support pro wrestling. Definitely.
Ew!
I think I might have thrown that away.
WWE's biggest enemy?
And he's gonna walk around with a wristband.
Ew! This is a wrestling fan, folks. This is a modern wrestling fan. You would have never have seen this guy in the crowd in the 90s.
Well, mainly because I wasn't watching the 90s, but even with modern day, I don't really care for modern day stuff. Like, I barely even watched any episodes of Raw in the last few years. I barely know what's even going on right about now.
Here.
What has he got?
Holy dude!
Holy dude!
This is unbelievably designed. I definitely gotta wear this. Legion of Doom has t-shirt. Legion of Doom. Oh, what a...
I don't know if I even still have this shirt either.
Not too long after the anniversary of Hawk's passing, 13 years already? Holy cow.
This is embarrassing.
He's putting this for the whole world to see.
Poor guy. He's so lost. He thinks he's WWE's enemy, but he's buying BarkBox.
Okay, I know they're going to bring this up later on in the video. I might as well just stress it here. The reason why in my description I put WWE's #1 enemy was because I labeled myself that because WWE had gone after me so many times within this website over the last 12 years that I've now been on this website, because between August 2012 and February 2013, I ended up losing like 4 channels because they were copyright striking me. So, and they also, a handful of months back, actually went after me on Dailymotion. So that's why I label myself saying WWE's #1 enemy, because they went after me so much that I felt like a target. It's not a case of hating WWE, it's more of being like somebody that they seem to have a vendetta against. That's what the whole perception was about. So hopefully that clears that up. Notice on one of my monitors up. I just realized my far left monitor is suddenly unplugged for a moment. Pardon that.
With the Legion of Doom obscure t-shirts?
Oh, wow, look how great this is designed. It's got armpit hair. Like, okay, men are supposed to have armpit hair. I guess that's supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be coming out of your t-shirt sleeves, dude. There's got to be clumps of deodorant in there also if he even bothers to put it on.
I actually do.
The saying, live no rules, anything goes.
Look how greasy his hair is. It's like glistening. What the
I do have to admit I do put a bit too much mousse in my hair. I've been trying to lighten up on that, but it's just like I don't like my hair getting all dry and messing everything. It's just been a daily routine since middle school. I just don't want my hair looking a mess. Although I gotta line up on the mousse depending on what kind I use, because sometimes it's good with holding stuff in place and sometimes not so much.
The outside world is to go outside and get the hard box.
Yeah, when he hears the knock on the door, he's like, outside now and keep the hard box.
Oh, again with these ads.
27, 1997. Oh, man, I think. Wait, yeah.
Wait, we got their facts
This
wrong.
is in memory of their big street fight for WrestleMania 13 when they teamed with Ahmed Johnson.
I have a strange ass memory with wrestling, I can't help it. I remember some of the weirdest details of all time.
He talks like he's reading lines. It's so weird. Like, wait. Well, this must be in commemoration of their match at WrestleMania 13 when they teamed with Ahmed Johnson. Like, he sounds like a kid actor trying to read lines.
Again, even with my videos, they're not scripted or anything.
His armpit hair. It's either that shirt is way too big or he's got to trim that shit.
I don't know why the overlay's still there.
The date, March 27, 1997.
Why do you know the date of WrestleMania from a given year?
Even with dates, I don't have a good memory.
Now, Pro Wrestling 2 orders. Yep, everybody gets 10% off.
I don't know how much.
See, it should give us an email so I don't have to spoil any codes. Looks like we got a little sticker, isn't it? Yeah, I might as well take the bag of the thing.
What is he talking? Like, dude,
I don't even remember what I was looking at this point.
we don't know what you're thinking right now.
Not sure what the sticker is, but it's got the heart. I'm gonna have to recheck out.
Oh yeah, podcast promotion.
It's a sticker that says I love wrestling. You're subscribed to the WWE Hard Box. That's the type. What do you mean you don't know what it is? It's a sticker that says I love.
Again, I didn't know what it is because I didn't know if it was like a promotion for a podcast or something. It just said Marley and Sarah love wrestling, or Marty, whoever it is. I can't remember the name. I just didn't know what it was promoting. You know, I didn't know if it was a podcast or what. And thanks for all the traffic outside, just going outside my door. Thank you. Need all the excess noise.
The wrestling, isn't that explanatory? Don't weirdos like you want to put that on your lunchbox or something?
What does it say? Marley and Sarah love wrestling?
I don't know what it is
What the
either.
fuck? Why are you paying for this? You can't afford shampoo, but you can afford a bark box.
You guys want to check it out? Probably put the link in the description if I get that chance as well. Well, here we go. We got a WCW trading card. Z-Man Tom Zank, man from WCW. I'm having everything almost.
I don't think I've even got the trading cards still. I can't remember.
We got a little hand sticker that says, even though you guys can't really see on the back where it's saying, no gimmicks needed. It's a little hand.
I don't think I got that still either.
Instead of what is it?
Oh my god.
That's what dentists give out to 2-year-olds when they're cut at the appointment. Grown men shouldn't be purchasing this and then bragging about how they have it now. No gimmicks needed? What does that even mean?
I think that was something involving Chris Candido. I don't have a lot of memory. Just saying, oh, I don't need a wrestling gimmick. I just wrestle, I think. I don't really know. Like, I don't know much about Chris Candido. I didn't watch that much of his stuff back then. I don't know the translation. I honestly don't know.
And more that indie shit where it's all about your strong style, it's not about your gimmick. I don't get it. Do you know what that means? Is that like a catchphrase of some jerk off?
You can't do. Wait, we got a CD in here? Hold on. Let me see what it's got. A Chicago indie promotion freelance wrestling DVD.
Okay, no.
Right here in front. Read.
He's got a Chicago indie promotion wrestling.
I think I might still have that. I just never watched it.
About this.
Can you imagine the quality of that DVD?
Yeah, it probably looks like Heel Stevens videos. Am I right?
Shot on iPhone.
Check what the contents say about it. Luckily, it's got the contents right here. Bryce Benjamin versus Joey Marks from Hobo with a Shotgun Dropkick. Craig Mitchell versus Robert Anthony from Friends with Benefits. Eric King.
I gotta admit, I don't even know who these wrestlers were. Like, the only wrestlers that I'm familiar with outside of WWE are just guys in my state. That's about it. So these names, I don't know, I was probably filling up for time.
Versus Sally Stitches from Thrash Gordon.
What is he talking about? Language?
He's another guy with a giant microphone in his face.
Alright, that I do remember this getting brought up in some past videos, probably wanting quick clarification. The only reason channels like ours and everything have these big mics, it's not to show off or anything, it's just the quality of the mics. Like, the microphone I'm using, I think is just about similar to the one that I've got on this computer right now. That microphone is the Blue Yeti. I think you can kind of see the bit of the pop filter there at the end. We don't buy those microphones and everything to show off. It's just because these are like some of the best ones you can easily pick up at a good price in the market, good quality and everything like that. Like, that's what the audio is picking up. So it's not a show off thing. It's just for quality reasons.
Yeah, it's a microphone. Why does he need this? Again, let me read.
Because I do know when I've gone past their videos, like, the quality of the audio on this microphone better than this. And let me quickly pull it up. This webcam, yeah, you guys can kind of see here in my right hand. The audio on that microphone is god awful, so this is like a major improvement. It's easier to do something that's a bit better for quality rather than just something on the webcam.
You're at the point. You understand why I hate this community?
Trust me, man, we all hate this community.
On YouTube has this many delusional people in it who think they're stars.
They don't think they're like news anchors.
Flash Squad versus Suits G from Raw Power. Beauty and the Beast versus the N-Words.
Too many ads!
Street Fight from Freelance versus the World. You have Velasquez versus Sally Stitches from Beautiful Disaster. Volume 1, yep.
I completely tapped out. What is he saying?
From Freelance
Still
versus
reading the
the
list of
World.
matches on his
So we got all
DVD.
these different events. Velasquez versus...
Who wants this? You don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I know.
First was Mustafa Ali from Freelance versus CZW. Oh, do not get me started on CZW. I may have to make a video about those guys.
I do know they're going to look at one other video after this.
We got a keychain here. Let me double check.
We got a keychain. Don't tell me
We
that.
have a keychain opener slash LED light. Also, talking about the Rosemont Horizon from 1986, I believe. Wait, 1986?
Oh, wait a minute.
WrestleMania 2?
I'm trying to remember stuff, man. Give me a break.
I can't stand this anymore. I can't stand this.
I might still have that, but I have no idea.
Let him talk about wrestling for a bit. If he does like Raw reviews, I don't know. Do any of these fucking channels just do Raw reviews?
Now that, I do remember, I think I tried clarifying this when they brought up asking if I do Raw reviews or anything. I did back in the day, up until about 2013, and the reason is because I work a third shift schedule, so by the time these shows are happening, I'm either asleep or I'm getting ready for work, and then by the time these shows end, like Raw and everything, I'm already at work, so I can't be here to do a review like after these shows happen, like you see so many other people happen. So it's just like, it's a case of not caring about Raw that often anymore, and just not enough time, because it's like, if you're going to get views for doing like a review of a show, you're going to be better off doing a review right after these shows happen compared to doing these reviews like, say, the morning after. Because by the time these shows end, it's still fresh in everybody's mind that these shows happen, and it's going to be more likely that they're going to watch a review then compared to wait until the next morning. So it's just, the third shift schedules kind of mess it up. I've done one or two Raw reviews so far, but it's been on the podcast and they haven't been the best episodes to review, but regardless.
Sir?
I wish I was inebriated. I'll give you credit there. I at least wish I was. I don't drink often, but I probably should.
This guy get Kurt Angle to do a video for him?
He may have. Some of these channels get that. I know Heel Steven got Kevin Steen to do one.
Yeah, and a quick clarifying that the Kurt Angle part, I actually got it from I believe it was Celeb VM. Yeah, you could. I found out you could pay wrestlers to do like a little video thing there, like for an intro or something. I don't remember how much I paid. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but I thought it was something nice to put in the video saying, "Hey, Kurt Angle, yay!" And I still have some of those, like, still on my computer. I think I still have all of them. Some that people have seen, some probably not.
Does this guy not have like raw reviews? He doesn't do raw reviews.
Yeah, a lot of like video game cosplaying stuff. I don't see any raw.
He's WWE's biggest enemy, and he doesn't talk about the show.
All he does is buy their merchandise and unbox their crates.
He buys
Yeah, and again, like I mentioned, can't do raw reviews because of work schedule. And the WWE #1 enemy, like I said, was based on them coming after me all the time and stuff like that. So, hopefully that's clear now.
their merchandise and does commercials for their video games and products.
Literally, that's it. You're going back like 2 weeks now.
Okay, this looks good though. NXT unboxing, of course.
Welcome everybody to another episode of TheDoubleZTV, where you guys know how to hear my show. Champ.
Now, I think they do bring up this background and everything. I gotta admit, it wasn't the best background choice for me to do. This was just in my living room there, and that bear I know was actually my grandmother's. I probably should have taken it out as well as the pillows beforehand. I just wanted a different change of scenery, you know?
Deal with it, folks. That is right, you guys are
Can somebody transcribe what the fuck he just said? You know,
Nobody knows what I say anymore. I have times where I'm gonna have to listen over my videos a little bit because I admit I speak too fast, so I lose my own translations, and then everybody. It's almost like it's become a bit of a thing once in a while on this channel where people try to translate what my opening intro is. Unless I have to put in my channel's about section again, but maybe I'll have to type it out at some point.
my show. Alright, the chat, deal with it.
Nearly, even if you're a wrestling fan, you're not going to buy pillows like that. He's clearly either living with his mom or his grandma.
This guy is severely autistic.
Yeah, again, it was my grandparents, even though it's now just my grandfather ever since my grandmother passed away 3 years ago. And yeah, I am autistic. Like, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in... When was that? Like, what year was that? I think it was like 2005. I know I was in 7th grade, around 7th grade when it happens. It's just what I have. I mean, I don't bring it up or anything, because it's just like, it's not something I feel the need to talk about, you know? I have it, I live with it. It's whatever. I mean, at least I'll say this, at least I'm not as bad as Dustin Nunn. Y'all know I'm right about that one.
I need to double up because today is the big day. It is Wednesday, October 12th. I believe so.
Did you get that shirt?
And listen to this because we got a special unboxing.
I can't remember where I got the shirt from.
What this is. It is going to be the big WWE 2K17 NXT edition unboxing. This one is going to be Xbox One. I've ordered this on Amazon WWE Shop the day they announced that this was coming out. I think this was July 14th.
But you're their biggest enemy, I thought.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, and again, like I said, well, I shouldn't be repeating myself right now. I already stated it. Hopefully people understand why I label myself as that. I don't label myself that anymore, even though they went after me in Dailymotion. Hopefully that's cleared up.
You're supposed to be their biggest enemy.
Go get a Kickstarter for a TNA game.
Doesn't he look kind of like Jake Lloyd?
A little bit.
Sure to finally ship it, and from what I heard, some people actually had their orders canceled by WWE randomly. For anybody who had their orders canceled, I suggest contacting WWE Shop. I think you can contact them by phone or email. You go to shop.wwe.com and go click customer support.
Yeah, and again, I still admit this was a bad habit. Instead of just getting to the content, long intro. I mean, that's also why it's a good thing I also stopped doing the unboxings and everything, because it got drawn out and repetitive after a while.
Who's the ins and outs of the website?
I'm actually speechless right now. How bad is this? This is just sad.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much more out of the TheDoubleZTV.
I mean, it's not an unboxing. That's not like prepackaged or anything. It's a freaking UPS box.
Yeah, this is just like
Like, even if you're a fucking boring loser who wants to see the packaging, there is no packaging. This
Well, there is packaging when it's a WWE shop one, and then the whole shtick of paper dicks, like, comes out and everything. Well, that's about it.
It's embarrassing.
He thinks he's WWE's enemy, but his entire channel is him buying WWE merchandise.
Like, if you're not edgy, don't try to sell yourself that way.
Please don't.
Stop making crazy faces in your thoughts more for Heel Steven. Stop. I can't stop talking about Heel Steven.
I stop making crazy face. This is just my face. Why? Every time I hear criticism of faces, I keep thinking of that time Juggernaut mocked Bubba Dunk Funkin' one saying, "Where'd you get your mask?" "What mask? This must be on my fucking face." Weird reference there.
Stop making crazy faces in your thumbnails. Stop saying, "I'm the enemy, I tell it like it is," and then go off and buy your bark box and your video games. Talk about the customer support on the website. Like, come on. And then he doesn't even critique the show. All of his videos were video game.
Too many ads, please. We're almost done with the video, and Dailymotion is shoving ads in my face. Damn you.
Playthroughs, and like, I don't even. I just want to take one more look at his videos. 'Cause I'm confused. I don't like. How can you say you're a wrestling channel? My computer's going bad.
No, low battery.
Channel and not have a single Raw or
All
SmackDown.
games, WWE 13, WWE 2K16. He's got like every game.
He's got some news. He's got page. He's got mostly just unboxings and video games. How could he possibly have this many shit to unbox? Like,
Again, it's another thing why I'm glad, again, like I said, that I stopped doing this stuff, because it's like, it was costing me a lot of money per month. Like, the only free one I ever got was when I was a temporary partner with WWE Slam Crate, because I would get one that I paid for every month, and then another one that was part of the partnership for free, and then I had to do those custom unboxings. Anybody who's been on this channel probably saw like the last couple that I did. Otherwise, all these other ones I was paying a lot of money for every month. So it was kind of becoming a financial burden to me after a while, because I had to stop doing this stuff in 2020 when pandemic hit and finances. So I'm honestly glad for myself that I finally stopped doing this stuff, because it was becoming a pain. And it's easy to get burned out when you keep having to do the same thing just to please your audience.
every 2 videos, it's an unboxing. Why is he buying all this merchandise?
How does that make you the champ?
Because he bought the belt, I guess. So that's the TheDoubleZTV. What a nightmare. Anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
So how about we add a nice fuck Cody Rhodes?
Alright. So it's been 6 years since I've watched that video. Hopefully stuff has been cleared up. I know Lefty, it was either the first or second time I joined one of their live streams. I think it was probably the second one I pretended to be Vince fucking McMahon. That Lefty actually forgot that there was a Smarktober video on me. But it's just like, I honestly didn't mind when I saw this. I admit I was a bit shaken up because I'm not used to people making videos on me. But then I sat down and was like, okay, there's stuff that should be cleared up. And I did it. I mean, I know it's not the same format from the original video because I didn't show any footage or anything. I just wrote notes and just responded. But it's just like, yeah, that's something I think Lefty just forgot about, that this whole thing happened. And it's like, again, I've never had any beef against the Smarkbusters at all. Like I've said, I've been in so many of their chats. They've always been cool to me. So it's like, again, no hate towards them ever. They've always been awesome to me. In fact, I'll also put the link to their channel in the description if you guys have not subscribed to them. I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably have, but still, just in case somebody comes along this video and you have not subscribed to them, please do it to their YouTube channel in the link in the description. And hopefully that's everything. So, if there's anything else anybody wants me to clear up, ask away in the comments. I'll do my best to respond. Not in a video, but still respond away in case there's anything people want cleared up. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. And good day, everybody.